Hi everybody, welcome to this online course Excel. So let us start from the very basic of how to open an Excel sheet, and then we will proceed on how to work on it. So to start or to open an Excel sheet, we need to go to this start menu. There you can find this all options. In all options you go to this E alphabet. There you can see MS Excel 2016 or whatever version you have installed on your desktop or laptop, or alternatively you can straight away go to this start menu, whereby you can find out the installed MS Office packages here. So here we have Excel 2016 option. So simply by clicking on this, I can get opened a new workbook. So here this Excel is called as an workbook. So the moment you click on that Excel icon, you will get a display like this. So this display is nothing but whether you want to open a blank sheet, or you want to go over to work with a template, or what is the format of your workbook you need to open. So here we will start with this blank workbook. So when I click on that blank workbook, so a small Excel workbook will be opened, and this will be the complete layout of our Excel workbook. So let me tell you first what are all the components that are available in this home page of MS Excel. Right. So to start with, we have on the top left corner we have the menus. So the first line of this window will be the menus which are available in MS Excel. So these are the very basic menus we use in our routine activity. So when we go with creating charts or working on tables, working on images, new menus will be getting enabled, and whenever that is prompted, you can see additional menus getting enabled here. So Excel workbook, as I told you, it is a collection of worksheets. So here we call this particular white page as worksheet. So you can have any number of worksheets as you require. So by default, I am having a setting of opening just one worksheet. So whenever I open this new workbook, I will be getting only one sheet as a default number of sheets. If I want to increase it, I can increase it to any number. That's up to me or up to the user of this package. So let me tell you how to use this Excel worksheet. So this is called a file menu. So when you click on this file menu, you will get a screen like this. So this screen will tell you about what are all the recent documents you have, recent workbooks you have opened so far, and based on the last open sheet, this will be getting displayed. So today these are all the sheets which is being opened, and yesterday and this week, this month, and likewise this goes on, right? So if I want to open an already existing sheet, I can go with this open option in MS Excel. So this open option will help me to open an already saved workbook, right? If I am interested in getting a new worksheet, then I can go with this new option. So this info option, this will be telling you about the information about the whole workbook, right? So this properties area will tell you about what is the file size, who has created this file, when it was created, when was the last edited time, who is the person who last edited this particular Excel sheet, and those items will be here. So coming to this menu, in case of save, so this option will help me to save the sheet whatever I have opened and whatever I am working on. So this save option, when I click on this save option, system will be asking me where to save this file. So I can select a particular folder or a particular drive, whereby I can save the Excel sheet whatever I am working on. Say for example, I am going to save this file into my D colon. So I am selecting this F colon, where I am going to select there's a destination to save my workbook. So I am giving the name as demo, and simply I am clicking here as save. So the moment I click on save, what happens will be the sheet will be getting saved. Right. So from here onwards, I can start working on my Excel workbook. Then the next option will be save as. So save as means you can save an already existing file into another name. We have opening and working on many Excel sheets, and you may be requiring a copy of that particular sheet. So to make a copy of that particular sheet, we can go with save as option. So save as option again prompts you where to save this file. Right. So you can select the destination, and you can select the save as type. So this save as type will give you lot of options to you, whereby you can select one specific type of file that you need to select. So this gives you a very big list of file format that are available in MS Excel. So you can choose any of this thing as per your requirement. So what is suggested is always go with this Excel 97 2003 workbook. So when you save your workbook in this format, you will not be finding any difficulty in opening this workbook when you are opening in another laptop or desktop. So this will avoid the problem of see, whenever you go with the higher version of package or lower version of package, so if the file is not saved in this format, you will be finding it difficult to open this file. So that is the reason we always go with saving the file in 97 2003 format. If you want the same Excel workbook to be saved in a PDF, there is an option called PDF. So you can straight away convert your Excel sheet into a PDF file. So likewise, there are many options available in this Excel sheet. So you can choose the type as per your requirement. So here I am choosing it as 97 2003 workbook. Then I am telling the system to save. Right. So whenever a document you're trying to save is already saved in the same name, it will ask you whether to replace that document or to rename the document. So if you want to replace that document, then you can click replace. Or if you don't want to replace it, or you want to have this document as in a separate name, then I can rename it as demo 1. Then I can click on save. So save as option will be helping you to save the file in different file formats. Then coming to the print area. So when you want to print the Excel sheet, you can go to this particular area where you can select the printer which is already installed onto your system or get connected to the system, and you can select the printer. Then you can select the pages you want to print, and you can click on this printer icon where you can get a copy of this Excel workbook. So this share option will help you to share the workbook with other users, either through cloud or through your networks. Then coming to export, you can export this document either as XPS file or as a PDF file, or even you can say change this file in some other file format. So when you are uploading this data file into a website or into your server, you need to convert that file format into such a way where the system accepts the file format. So for that purpose, you can go with this export option. Then coming to the publish option. So publish option, you can publish this file onto the general internet, whereby you can allow the browsers to go to this particular Excel sheet, and they can download the sheet for their references. Then this close, this will be helping you to close the sheet whatever you have opened. Options, Options will be helping you to insert or enable many tools that are available in MS Excel. So these are the options which are available and we will be using in our further sessions. So as of now we will be skipping on this particular options. So these are the options available in file menu. Now we move on to the work area. So this Excel sheet will be consisting of rows and columns. All rows will be labeled in numbers and all columns will be labeled in characters. So each row will be having a number and each column will be having a letter. So each of this rectangle we call it as a cell. So each of the cells will be having separate cell address. So the cell address means that that denotes the column index and row index of that particular cell. So the place where the column and row of that particular cell interacts, we call it as cell address. So cell address, if you find it difficult to identify the cell address, so in this area you can see the address of that particular cell. So when I move on this cursor or this cell cursor to any place, accordingly the address of the cell will be displayed here. Okay. So wherever I keep the cursor, I am able to see the address of this cell. So this we call it as a cell address, right? So on the bottom side you can see this particular area. So this particular area is called as a scrolling bar. So we call it as a horizontal scrolling bar. So whereby you can use this to move the pages to the right side and left side. See, by using this right side arrow, we can move on to the right side part of our sheet, and by using this left side button you can move towards your left side of your screen. We have another scrolling bar called vertical scroll bar. So this is available here. So this we can make use it to go down. So when we have a very large size of data, we can use this down arrow whereby we can look into the data which is available on the lower part of the workbook. So horizontal scrolling bar and vertical scrolling bar, right? So here I told you by default you can fix any number of sheets you want to get when you are trying to open a new Excel workbook. So by default I have fixed it as one sheet, so I am getting it as 1. So if you want to have additional sheets, how to get it? You have a small plus symbol here, right? So click on that plus symbol, you can get additional sheets getting inserted. Sheet 1, sheet 2, and likewise I can insert any number of sheets as I want. If I want to give a separate name for this sheets, I can give the sheet name. So how to do that is simply double click on that sheet number 1. It will be highlighted. From there I can rename the sheet name. Or if you find it too difficult to double click on it, simply right click on your mouse. There you can see an option called rename. You can also use this rename option to rename the sheet name. So this way you can create additional sheets and you can rename the sheets as per your data structures. Right. So with this small introduction, let me enter into the session. So we have 6 or 7 menus here. So all these 7 menus will be much helpful for you in doing lot of calculations, preparing charts, analysis, and many more. So we will be discussing it one by one. So before entering into these menus, let me first tell you the shortcut keys that are available in MS Excel. So to work on the shortcut keys, we need some data. So let me take a data which is already available with me. I'm going to open a file which is already available with me. So I'm going to take data visualization as a sheet. right? So here I have many data, right? Okay, so this is the data sheet what I have, right? So with the help of this data sheet, I will tell you the shortcut keys that are available in MS Excel, whereby it will be helping you to work on much quicker. So without using the mouse, we can use our keyboards to do all the functions whatever we want. Let me tell you these one by one. So first shortcut key will be Control A. You need to press your control key on your keyboard, and simultaneously you need to press A button on the keyboard. So that means that select all. Control A will help you to select all the contents in your workbook. So when you need to select all the contents in the workbook, then you need to select Control A. Then second shortcut key will be Control B. Control B means creating a bold appearance to the text whatever you have selected. So here I have selected company number 4 and I want to make it as a bold one. So what I need to do is Control plus B button. So that makes me or helps me to create a bold appearance to the text whatever I have selected. So Control B is for giving bold appearance to the letters in the cells. Then third option will be Control C. Control C is the option which is available for you to copy one text from one cell and paste it in another cell. So this is not limited to one particular cell. You can select a different or a group of cells. You can copy it from one place and you can copy paste it to another place. So let me tell you how to copy the cells from this table. So I want data from 1 to 5, and this data is to be copied here and selected to other area. So first we need to select the cells, then click on this Control and C. So the moment you press Control plus C, whatever you have selected that will be copied. So by looking into this dotted lines moving around the selection, you can identify that that particular area is getting copied to the clipboard. So whatever data we select or copy, that will be stored to the clipboard, and then we can paste it at any place wherever we want. So now I want this data to be placed in this particular area. So I am keeping the cursor here, and to paste the data whatever we copied, we are using a shortcut called Control plus V. Control plus V will help you to paste the data whatever we have copied from the table. So Control plus V is your third shortcut key available in your MS Excel. Okay, so there is another shortcut key where I can use it to undo the activity. So what I did is, by mistake I have pasted this table here, right? I want to place this table here. So instead of selecting it and deleting, what I can do is I can use the option called Control Z. Control Z means undoes the last activity. That cancels the last activity whatever you have did. So the last activity what we did here is we have pasted the data into a wrong cell. So I have used this Control plus Z option to cancel my previous activity. So Control plus Z will be cancelling the previous activity, and that's the fourth option which is available in MS Excel. Then Control plus D. Control plus D, the purpose of using Control plus D is, say for example, here I have a text called India. So I need to type the same text in the next cell, that is just below to this cell. So I need not type the cell. I need not type the same text. So simply by pressing this Control plus D option, I can copy the contents whatever I have in my upper cell. So Control plus D will copy the contents in the upper cell, and it will be displaying it in the place where we want to display it. Then Control plus E. Control plus E, that doesn't has any work here. It has its work but in later stages I tell you how to use that control plus E. So control plus E will be helping you to use the option called flash fill. I tell you in the later sessions how to use this flash fill options. Then the next alphabet is control plus F. So by pressing control and F button, I can go to a dialog box called find. This option we can use it to find a specific word or a specific value in a given dataset. So find what? In this area you need to tell what you need to find out. Say for example, I need to find out the order number 1028. So I am typing the value as 1028 and I need to click on this find next. So the moment I click on this find next, you can see the cursor going to that particular cell value where this 1028 is available. Or if you feel that this value might be repeated more than one time, you need to identify how many times this value is getting repeated. So to know how many times this value is repeated, you can click on this find all button. So the moment you click on this find all, wherever that particular value is available, that will be listed here, and you can see a small message here, one cell found. That means that this value is not a repeated value, right? Say for example, I show you the another one. Here we have the company name. So I want to know how many company 1 is available. So I have selected company 1 and I am clicking on that find all option. So what happened is this word company 1 is repeated for 109 times. So this way I can identify a specific word into a given data set. So control plus F will help me to identify a specific word in the given data set. Then next option will be control plus G. Control plus G will be helping you to get a dialog box called go to dialog box. So go to dialog box, you can go to a specific cell or you can go to a specific range of cell or as per your wish. If you want to identify the blank space in the given data set, you can go with this blanks option. If you want to identify which are all the cells you have used this data validation option, then you can go with this data validation. If you want to know which are all the cells this conditional formats are used, then you can go with this particular option. So control plus G will help you to go to a specific area wherever you want to go based on some criteria, right? Then we go with control plus H. Control plus H, again that takes you to the find and replace dialog box, but here the difference is control plus F, you will use it to find out a specific word, and if you want to replace this specific word with another word, then you can use this control plus H option. So control plus H option will be helping you to identify a specific word and replace it with another word. So here what I am going to do is I am going to identify a word called company 1 and I am going to replace it with for example Tata, right? So wherever this company 1 is available in the sheet, that text will be replaced with the text called Tata, right? So to do that I need to go with this replace all option. So once I click on this replace all option, what happens will be you will get a message information that all done, we made 109 replacements. If you are okay with that, then click OK, or if you are not okay with that, just cancel it and cancel your previous activity. So now when you look into this particular table, all the text that is previously appearing as company 1, now it will be listed as Tata. This is how we can use this find and replace option in MS Excel. So to get find and replace option, we go with control plus H, and the next option will be control plus I. Control plus I is to give italics appearance to your text whatever you have selected, right? So here I am going to select a group of text and I want to give italics appearance to my text. So selecting the text and clicking on Control plus I can give some slanting structure to the text whatever I have selected. So Control plus I will give italics appearance to your text. Then Control plus J, we do not have any shortcut for this. Control plus J. Alright. Then we go with Control plus K. Control plus K will help you to create link between different worksheets or even different workbooks, or even if you have data in PPT format or Word document format, you can give a link to that particular area. Or if you want to give a direct link to your email address or to your particular web page or a YouTube channel or whatever it may be, you can give a direct link by using this insert hyperlink option. So hyperlink option, you can get it through by clicking Control plus K. So we will tell you how to use this hyperlink option in our forthcoming sessions. Then we go with Control L. Control L is to create a label, right? So whatever table you have, that will be created into a table. See, the moment I click this Control L, you can see that the entire table is being selected and that is being highlighted by the dotted lines. And here I can tell my table has headings. Yes, headings is nothing but this order ID, order date, company name, and so on. And I click on OK. The appearance of the table will be getting different, right? So Control plus L, you can use it to create a table. Then Control plus M, nothing to do with this. Then Control plus N. Control plus N will help you to insert a new workbook, right? So the moment I click Control and N, that will take me to a new workbook. A new workbook will be opened when I am pressing Control plus N. The next shortcut will be Control plus O. So when I want to open an already existing worksheet, I can go with this Control plus O. Control plus O takes me to the place where I have some other documents where I am supposed to open it. Control plus O is to open an already existing Excel workbook. Then we go with P. Control plus P. Control plus P is for getting the print dialog box. So whenever you are trying to print your Excel worksheet, you can use this Control plus P. Control plus P will be giving you the print dialog box, whereby you can able to print the Excel sheet whatever you have. Then Control plus Q, nothing to do with Control plus Q. Then Control plus R, again nothing, no changes happens. Okay. Control plus S, save. So we need to save our work very frequently, right? Yes. So many of the time what happens will be, we will not be saving the workbook or a document whatever we working on. We will be working on continuously without saving the document, and over some time what happens will be either the system will be getting hanged or because of some other issue you will not be able to work on continuously. So by that time you will be feeling like, oh, I have not saved the document, I have lost everything, and you will be getting into stress. So to avoid that, you can use this Control S option that is available for saving the changes or additions whatever you have done to your Excel workbook. So the next shortcut key will be Control plus T. Control plus T will be also helping you to create a table for your data sheet. So we have already created a table, so it is not working here. Then Control plus U, that gives underline effect to your selected text. So I'm selecting the text and pressing Control plus U, so whereby you can see the underline effect to your selected text. Control plus V we have already seen, it is for pasting the copied text. Then Control plus X is for cutting. We normally say these words: cut, copy and paste, right? So Control plus X will help you to cut the text in the selected cell, and wherever you want you can paste it there. Then Control plus Y, that repeats your cancelled activity. Say for example, I don't want, yes, we have we have cut the text from here and we have pasted it here, right? So I don't want this values to be repeated here, so I am cancelling my previous activity. So my previous activity is being cancelled, right? So to repeat the cancelled activity, I can go with this Control Y. So Control Y will be repeating the activity, right? You are cancelling your cancelled activity, right? Then Control plus Z, again it is undoing.